I'll get you a piping hot meal and a smile on my face just as soon as I put away the grocer. Oliver? Oliver! Damn it! Don't tell me you left Evelyn home alone. Just who in the world are you? The sitter. The sitter. I didn't hire Oliver. That dingable Oliver. Forgive me for my slight state of total disarray, but I'm sure you can understand that seeing your daughter playing teddy bear autopsies with a total stranger is a little, well, disconcerting. Yeah, autopsist. I know, right? I'd say she gets it from his side of the family, but I guess I've been known to be a little creepy and kooky on occasion. You do seem to get along with her like a house on fire, though. I've never seen anyone connect with her on her own level like this besides me. I suppose there's no reason for us to remain total strangers. Just strange enough to never get too comfortable, if you understand my turn of phrase. Call me Sinclair, though little Evie down there sometimes calls me Cinnamon. Don't you, sweetheart? You have so many funny names for Mummy, don't you? Yes, yes. Of course. You're a big girl. A big, responsible, and mature girl who I can only assume was very, very good for a babysitter. Yes? Oh, I just knew you would be. Now why don't you go get on your favorite pajamas so you can show the sitter before you go to bed, dearie. Don't forget to brush your teeth. Okay, but seriously, was she good? Oliver always said that she has something of an attitude problem. A trouble with authority. I don't want to believe it. I mean, she's 4. She's a little young to be really any more defiant than a no. But he is the one home with her for most of the day, and I worry. Well behaved and as vibrant as ever. Thank heavens. I'll go grab my checkbook. I can only assume Oliver didn't pay you when he left. Oh, of course not. I take it he told you he'd be back by noon as well, and then the hours just happened to keep on ticking by, didn't they? That's Oliver for you. Now, what was your rate again? Oliver's my husband. Though between you and I'd hate to gossip too much, but Oliver isn't exactly what you would call husband material. I don't think he's a bad guy, a bad man by any means, but I think he was better suited to the pageantry of being a boyfriend than he was to the mundanity of being a husband, or the responsibility of being a father, for that matter. He was sweet, and he was sincere, and dumb, and all those other things you look for in a first boyfriend. He was good at the dates and the bouquets and each and every day you could possibly consider an anniversary until we got hitched and, well, then Oliver just went back on the carousel for a new filly to put in a spin, to keep playing the same game we were playing at 18. Except those girls kept getting younger. I would have stayed unmarried if I knew this was how we were going to end up, but he just had to have me. And it's not like his family would have taken us in any other way. I mean, an unmarried Laval living with his high school squeeze? Just imagine the press. I can already see his promised fortune's currency conversion into ash right before my very eyes. Of course, it isn't all so bad. She might have come a little later than the rest of the family would have liked, but Evie is my little slice of heaven. I'd do just about anything to make sure she can have the life she deserves. After all, that's why I'm still here. She might make it heaven on earth for me, but I'm going to stay to make sure she has the world at her fingertips. And the best way to do that is if we both stay. After all, it's not like I can provide for her much on a secretary's salary, and, well, it's not like she's at that age where she really knows what's going on anyhow. All I can ask is that he doesn't bring anybody home with him, especially while Evie's home, just to preserve that little peace of mind that she has for as long as she has left. When I was her age, I literally walked up to one of my friend's parents and said word for word that my mommy doesn't like my daddy, just due to how often I watched them fight. And surprise, surprise, I was right. I can only wonder how Evie's been taking all of this. I can't help but wonder what the world must look like, be like, from her eyes. Everything's so big and she's just so small. And I don't think she even knows it. It's just how life has always been for her. How would she know anything else? I'm sorry. You probably just want to get paid and get out. Not listen to the tall tales of some 24-year-old crone. If you wanted to listen to some woman bitch and moan about how terrible her husband is, you'd pull on a sitcom from the 80s. You probably just wanted to get your check and head out the door, but you don't even really know just how special you really are. Evie's an eclectic child, an eccentric child, maybe autistic, based on how long it took for her to begin speaking, and come to think of it, maybe the teddy bear autopsist thing, and she still doesn't exactly feel all that comfortable talking in front of Oliver. Usually she'll whisper to me if she really wants to, but with you, she talks. She smiles. She laughs. She has this shine in her eyes that looks like she has 1,000 years worth of stardust that would take to make her trapped in her eyes. I don't think she's spun it like this with just about anybody before. Not even me. You really must be something special. Huh. You know, I have to run out tomorrow for a few quick meetings with the Laval Corporation. Meetings and such, and the last thing I'd want to do is leave my husband with the absolute burden of picking up the slack, so how would you feel about taking care of her again tomorrow? I'd pay you double for about half the time, unless you'd really want to be on the clock for lunch out with me and her, and Evie just seems to adore you so, and you wouldn't want to disappoint her, would you? I mean, here she comes now. She can tell you herself about how much she loves you. Come on, sweetie. Don't you have something to say to your teddy bear medical examiner? You can always whisper it to me first if you have to.